Hello, welcome back. Let's get a roundup of all the latest business headlines here on France 24. The European markets have opened in the last few minutes. We'd seen a strong start on the Asian markets, but Europe isn't following suit.
Well, don't read too much into it, Catherine. Obviously, everybody's asking the question, is Spain going to have a bailout? There's lots of news coming out of places like Greece, but the fact is we had a really strong rally on the European markets towards the end of last week. For example, Italy's stock exchange closing around 4% up. Lots of investors will simply want to take a little bit of profit out of that at the start of the trading session. Nevertheless, though, you can see the European markets off by around 0.2% or so. But as you say, the Asian markets had a very strong start to the week, feeding off some reasonably, not brilliant reasonably good jobs data from the US at the end of last week. The Nikkei finishing 2% up. That's its best finish, I think, for at least 10 sessions or so. The Hang Seng also making gains of around 2%.
OK, let's round up a few more of the day's business headlines now. Spain is going to create a bad bank to hive off the toxic assets that have crippled its banking sector. The government's setting up an asset management agency to contain an estimated 200 billion euros in bad debts. Spanish banks are being propped up with a €100 billion EU bailout, while ministers are now contemplating a full-blown state rescue.
Knight Capital has agreed $400 million of emergency funding to stem the losses from its New York Stock Exchange disaster. According to reports in the US, the electronic trading firm has sold convertible bonds to investors in order to keep it solvent. The company lost 60% of its market value and an estimated $440 million following a computer error that led to wrong orders being placed on behalf of clients.
Vietnam is taking a big step towards opening up its economy to foreign investment. The country's main stock exchange, the VN Index, is going to ease rules on trading and speed up the flotation of state-owned companies to attract investors. The VN Index has gained nearly 20% this year, but its total valuation, $37 billion, does lag far behind Southeast Asia's largest exchange in Singapore.
OK, well, we're going to stay in another emerging market now here on Business, because at this time of year, India should be awash with monsoon rains, but it's on course for its third drought in a decade now. And the impact is likely to be felt worldwide, where drought in the United States has pushed the price of some commodities up as much as 50%.
In the northern state of Haryana, the lack of rain is hitting farmers like Rameshwar Dayal hard. He can't plant his summer crops. Like more than half the country's farmers, he has no irrigation system and depends on the monsoon rains.
There has been no rainfall, so we've not been able to farm, and I've not sown any seeds. The water from the stream is too low, and without water, you can't grow anything.
Two-thirds of India's 1.2 billion population relies on agriculture for income, and the sector accounts for nearly a fifth of GDP. Government experts say it's likely some crop production will decline this year, although they're not yet raising the alarm.
For some crop, there will be decline in output, like coarse cereal, like pulses, like groundnut, like cotton. But overall, in the worst scenario, the output will stagnate at same level at which it was last year.
Many Indians fear a repeat of 2009, when the worst drought in nearly 4 decades saw food prices soar and inflation go up, making survival for the poor an even more challenging balancing act.
All right, very tough times there in India by the look of it. Thanks very much, Owen Fairclough, our business editor, for that roundup of the morning's business news.